crazy volatility in the market this week. I got Mark Bossey from Boston Premier Wealth. This is Real Estate Talk Boston. In studio right now with Mark Bossey, Boston Premier Wealth. And Mark, we've seen crazy volatility this week. 1,500 points, I think, lost in 48 hours. Should people be nervous about what's going on in the market right now?
It's okay to be nervous. I wouldn't panic and make any drastic moves at this point. There's a couple things. If you're younger, let's talk about you, Chris. So if you're putting money into your retirement plan on a consistent basis, keep doing it. You're dollar cost averaging in, which means you're buying in consistently on the same time every month, and just things will go down and you'll buy things on sale, investments on sale. So keep doing it. I would even venture to say if you have the ability to put more in a volatile market, do it. On the flip side, if you're, your parents or my parents, and they're taking money out of the market, the one thing I would just guard against is you don't want to be selling off on a consistent basis in a volatile market. So what you should be doing is you should have had 12 to 18 months of cash, and that's where you should be pulling from. So if that's the case, if you had that, you're okay. You ride it out, keep taking money from the cash, not selling from the market. Okay.
So what about for the person that just thinks it's best to sit on the sidelines right now? Do you keep it in cash? You didn't go through the major loss. Now I'm guessing is probably the time to invest.
It's a good time. If you have dry powder, that's what we call it. Dry powder, cash on the sidelines that is ready to be deployed to invest. When the market's volatile, you got to make some decisions, and it is a good time to get in. You're never going to time the market just right. You're not going to hit it at the bottom and then it's going to shoot right back up. But pick a time that you're happy with, and I'd say 1,500 points is a good time. So you may want to get in, maybe take a quarter or 50% of that dry powder and buy something that you're going to hold for a good period of time. And this is the time to get in. And then maybe you wait to another downturn for the rest of the money.
Now, there's a lot of people out there that are hopefully sitting back saying, okay, not time to panic.
Yep.
We're going to take a step back. There's a lot of news out there. When you guys are talking to your clients on a one-on-one basis, what's the trajectory you think that's going to happen throughout the rest of the year?
We think it's going to be a volatile year in the market, but we think it's going to be a positive year. All indications in the companies we talk to, in the PMs, portfolio managers, in the analysts, we believe it's going to be a positive year. But let me address one other thing too. So let's say you're an older client and you are taking income now, and you didn't have the money in cash. One of the suggestions we're making to some of our older clients, if they had that and they got caught without having 12 to 18 months of cash, is maybe stop taking that distribution if you can, and maybe look to other areas. Equity lines of credit, cash, savings. Maybe for 6-8 months you pull from there instead of selling off in the market if you don't have to. Or just tighten up the belt a little bit and not spend as much. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to sell when the market's going down, because those losses you're realizing, and it will be hard to get that money back.
Sell at the low, buy at the high. That's not a good.
Not a good mix, right? We're doing the opposite.
With all the speculation out there about Bitcoin and all the different offerings that an investor can engage with now, what are you suggesting to clients? I mean, is it complicating the whole scenario when you have all this stuff in the news?
It is. Clients are coming at us with different questions about specific holdings or Bitcoin or whatever. One of the things we do at our firm, Boston Premier Wealth, we sit down, we do a comprehensive plan, we look at everything. How does a Bitcoin fit into your overall portfolio? How does it, does it match up with your goals and risk tolerance? So we try to, when a client comes to me with that, I just kind of stop them right away and say, okay, hold on. Let's take a step back. How does this fit into, let's just not jump on the next hot thing. And it may fit. It may be, you have some money that you want to be speculative on, and you can go do it. But let's talk about it first, figure it out, where does it fit, and then deploy that cash into that investment.
like anything, it's all about putting a plan in place, and people can get attracted to that shiny new toy on the side, but you got to stay the track.
Yeah.
All right, Mark. Well, thank you. And if you want to connect with Mark and the team over at Boston Premier Wealth, check out their website at bostonpremierwealth.com. Remember, we have more tips just like this right here on boston.com.